When you think of allergies, what often comes to mind are things like milk, eggs, and shellfish. My daughter Ava has a tree nut allergy. It's pretty common. But I was shocked when I met a little girl named Riley and what she's allergic to: the cold.
Stella, no. I'm wearing this sweater. I put a camisole, a t-shirt, and then a sweater.
8-year-old Riley is allergic to the cold. Yes, that's a thing.
Sometimes it's very mild and it doesn't itch at all. You just see stuff. But like last year, it was really bad because he didn't know what to do. So every time I just started scratching all over because it was really itchy.
This is Riley on a bad day after recess. Notice the splotchy red on her cheeks and hives. Just a gust of wind can trigger this reaction. But it's not just a winter issue. Riley's first outbreak to the cold started on a warm summer day a year and a half ago.
And the summer camp had taken them to a water park, and it was a beautiful 75-degree day, but there was a light breeze and the water from the sprays wasn't heated, and they called me and she had broken out in hives. Just from the cold water, but on a hot summer day.
It sounds crazy, and that's part of the problem. Who would believe a kid who says they're allergic to the cold?
So my assistant principal and another teacher, I was like, can you help me zip this up? Because I get hives, and they're like, that really isn't a thing. That's not a thing.
And what did you say?
I said, yes, it is, and they were like, no, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't.
Less than 1% of people in the U.S. have this rare condition called cold urticaria, or hives induced by contact with the cold. Riley controls her breakouts by planning ahead, taking 3 antihistamines every day and wearing 3 layers of clothing every day. Allergists told Riley she could outgrow her condition by the time she's 12.
We actually don't know a lot about cold urticaria. Vast majority of cases, we don't find a specific cause, and we think it may have started with the virus infection.
Dr. Kim has not treated Riley, but he has treated 10 patients with cold urticaria during his 13 years as an allergist.
It comes about spontaneously, and it goes away after a few years, typically 3 to 5 years, and it seems to go away on its own.
Dr. Kim uses a low-tech technique he calls the ice cube challenge to diagnose the condition.
We simply take an ice cube, put it on the forearm where it's very sensitive, and then after a few minutes, we take the ice cube off, and then as the skin gets warmed up, there's a good histamine response. What we typically see is where the ice cube was placed, they get a hive.
Riley's allergy is pretty moderate. Unlike others with the condition, she can enjoy ice cream and drink ice water, but must take precautions when playing the one sport she loves.
Breaststroke day.
But take 5 or 10 minutes to ease into the water. Don't just jump in cannonball style to allow your body to acclimate.
This is a big moment, people. Watch this.
And if hives were the worst of it, that would be bad enough. But every time Riley goes into a pool, she risks going into anaphylactic shock.
So we have the EpiPen when we go to the pool, but we've never had to use it.
So what do you hope people will take away from sharing your story?
I hope that people who believe that it's not a thing will oh yes, it really is a thing.
You can choose to let it define you. You can choose to never go outside again, or you can realize that you're strong and you're going to work through it. I think we're incredibly proud of who she is.
In researching Riley's story, we discovered all kinds of rare but real allergies. Imagine breaking out in hives from UV rays. Well, that's solar urticaria. And ever joke that you're allergic to exercising? Well, that's a thing too. And we have more on little known allergies on our WSA 9 mobile app and website right now. Leslie?